let me love you.
Hey you guys, it's Midnight here, and today I decided to do a review for the drama Nevertheless, the 2021 drama Nevertheless. I had previously made a first impressions video, so please do check that out if you want to know like the plot and stuff like that. But today I will do my overall review of it, so let's go. So I want to start off by saying that yes, I dropped this drama, and whatever I said in my first impressions video about this drama, I still don't take away anything I said. Like, I still love this drama for what it is and stuff like that. And for clarifications as to why I dropped this drama, it's because I don't know, like I watched episode 7 and I attempted to watch episode 8, but however, it just didn't happen. Like, I just started feeling like I tried to like force myself to watch this. I don't know, it's just like I kept on skipping, and I just don't know. Like, and I feel like some people too had this issue as well, where I guess the later episodes, the other half of the episodes weren't per se as good as like the first half of the drama, but I really just had problems watching episode 8 and so on and so forth. Like, I just had issues. Like, I don't know what it was. I just kept on like trying to force myself to watch it. But like I said, it still doesn't really, it doesn't take away from how I felt about my first impressions going into this drama and stuff like that. Now, the first thing I do want to talk about is characters. And I said in my first impressions video that, I wouldn't necessarily go as far as to call Jae-eon as a character a F-boy or a playboy. Like, and it still stands. Like, it still stands. Nothing changed. Because the two main characters have already established, what they're looking for in terms of relationship and what their relationship styles are. So my impressions on the two main characters don't change. Now, as far as like Jae-eon goes, and some of the things I do not like about his character like personally, but it doesn't, like, I mean, it is what it is, but I just do not like I don't know, like, he's not what a lot of people try to paint him as, which is, like I said, an F-boy and a playboy. He's not these things, but there are things that he just does that does get under my skin, like the fact that, one, he knows that Na-Bi doesn't want to have the same relationship style as him. She wants a more exclusive, traditional relationship, and he can't give her that. So the fact that he's really out here trying to pursue her is a bit weird to me and just very like off-putting, because, honey, I have encountered people like that, so it's very weird, or not weird, but it's just a bit of like a turn off to see people like that, and stuff like that. But I would say it's very realistic. So I like that. That's I can give that, some props. And stuff like that. The next thing is Na-Bi. Na-Bi, I said this in my video before, that I would never go as far as to call her stupid or dumb for the choices that she makes, even when she knows herself as well that that of course Jae-eon does not want to have a traditional relationship as she does, but she still tends to pursue him as well. She still tends to decide, to be in the relationship or whatever. So yeah, but there are times where I do feel like she's dumb. Like, it's not her, it's more of her way of thinking sometimes. Like, I don't know. But yeah. And I can say, like, for example, like, where it was like the preview. I had finished watching episode 7, and it was the preview for episode 8. And somehow the word cheating got in there, and I was just like, what? Like, I said, you're not dating anybody, to be honest, like, because in this whole entire drama, I've never seen Jae-eon really like claim Na-Bi at all. I've never seen him actually come out and like be like, oh well, Na-Bi's my girlfriend. So I'm just like, at this point, I mean, I don't know where the word cheating fits in here. So that's just my thing. And I do feel like Na-Bi does tend to sell herself short at times, where it's like even with the kiss, like when they first kissed or whatever, it was just so like, it was so off-putting to watch. It's just like the fact, like, it just, her kiss, like their first kiss felt so forced. Like, she ultimately kind of forced herself to kiss him, ever knowing that she literally witnessed him kissing another girl that she literally invited to her freaking apartment. Like, it was just so weird. Like, oh my God. And I said, honey, like, and this scene did not sit right with me, because we're literally in a whole panoramic. So I'm just like, oh my God. And the fact that she literally wiped off the other girl's lip gloss off his lips and then proceeds to kiss him, it was just ew. But anyway, yeah, she does tend to sell herself short a lot of times. So it's just so oof to me. And then going into the plot, like I said, I really love the plot. The fact that, this is a whole drama based off of, like, the realisticness of modern day love. I've said this before in my first impression. And it's really nice to have a K-drama like this, because usually you don't get to see stuff like this. Normally, I personally would go to Japanese dramas for this stuff, because Japanese people do really good with, like, social issues and stuff like that. So I really liked it. And then there's really not really much to go on off of the plot. The pacing was all right. I know a lot of people criticize the pacing, but it was all right, because I personally watched this drama like late at night. Like, I don't watch it in the morning. I usually tend to wait until my mom goes to sleep late in the night to watch it. So yeah. So I can't really, talk about the pacing when I'm just watching it for what it is. Next is the criticism. And the first criticism, because there was a lot of criticism that this drama had, and I don't think any of the criticism that this drama had was warranted at all. Like, this was a pretty good drama. It was not, I would never go as far to say that this is a masterpiece, but it was really good. First thing is toxic relationships. A lot of people complained about the fact that, oh, this is one of these dramas where they're out here glorifying toxic relationships or romanticizing it and da 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 da. And I don't see that at all. It's just like, I just feel like the word toxic, I feel like a lot of people are just like constantly using this word to the point where it's literally losing its meaning. Like, everything is toxic to people. Everything. And to me, this whole drama, like, between like Na-Bi and Jae-Eun's relationship is not toxic. They just don't have a I don't want to say healthy. I would never go as far as to say healthy relationship, but they just don't have a stable relationship. Like, you have two people who have issues deciding to come together and be in a relationship together. This is literally all this is. I literally said the same thing about After by Anna Todd. Anna Todd's After. I literally said the same thing. You have two people who have issues coming together and deciding to have a relationship. Like, literally. Like, Na-Bi, from what I've seen, Na-Bi has she has issues. Like, her mom is very neglectful. She doesn't have a good relationship with her mom, because her mom keeps on putting men above her. And then you have Jae-Eun, on the other hand, where he has abandonment issues. Like, literally abandonment issues. So I mean, obviously their relationship isn't gonna work. So like, honey, both of them have issues. So, and then my thing with this is, like, what I would consider a toxic relationship is if your significant other is abusing you, whether that's verbally, physically, or mentally and emotionally. Like, if your significant other is telling you, oh, well, you can't hang out with Jamie or whatever, or you can't hang out with certain people, and that includes either friends or family, that's toxic. If you can't wear certain things because your significant other deems that as, you know, either skimpy or slutty or anything like that, that's toxic. If your significant other is telling you, oh, well, you can't go out at a certain time, that's toxic. And if your significant other is putting their hands on you, of course, that is toxic and, of course, abusive, which all these things are abusive. But none of these things happen in in um and nevertheless, none of these things happen. So I don't deem their relationship to be toxic. I just feel like they have issues, and that's literally just what it is at the end of the day. Um, so yes. Now, the second issue a lot of people had was the ending, which I felt like the ending was very realistic. The fact that she ends up with Jae-eun, our male lead. And I personally, but I don't know if I said this in my first impressions, but I just felt like I would have either, it could have been two possible endings. Either her end up with him, or she just doesn't end up with anybody. I would have been happy with either endings. So I'm happy that she ended up with Jae-eun, because I felt like that was the most realistic. Because I mean, if you've ever experienced something similar, if not similar to Na-Bi's situation, which I have, you're gonna end up with him. You're gonna end up with the person anyway. Like, you're not gonna just walk away. You know, like, it is what it is. So I mean, like I said, I've gone through something similar to this. So the ending to me was very realistic. I just don't know what, like, I don't know, like, what people thought this was gonna be, but yeah. And then 3, the misconception. This is more of my, like, I'm not gonna say, yeah, like, I just felt like a lot of people when watching this drama did not know what they was getting themselves into. Like, that's literally what I thought. Because I said, like I said, a lot of people had a problem with the ending, and I don't know what y'all thought what this was going to be. Like, I don't know what did y'all decide that Na-Bi was gonna end up with Do-hyuk? Like, her ending up with Do-hyuk was not gonna make any sense, and it was not gonna be realistic. I mean, it's so dumb. Like, I just felt like it was so obvious in the first couple episodes that, of course, like, Na-Bi was so just infatuated with Jae-eun. Like, she was so infatuated with him. And, like, mind you, like, every other guy that took interest in Na, because it wasn't just Do-hyuk, it was the little freshman in the beginning. I think his name was Unhan, something like that. She, even though she did have a good, like, you know, she did smile. She was like, oh, you know, he's, you know, she did laugh and all of that stuff. But any person that, you know, likes, that is a good potential for Na-Bi, she never sees them as a lover. She never sees them as a candidate. So I don't know why people thought that Do-hyuk was going to be any different. I mean, like I said, and she literally says this, like, this is like, she explicitly says this when Unha, like, Unha doesn't give her the feeling that Jae-eun does. Like, he just doesn't. So to me, it was very understandable why she ended up with Jae-eun. So I really liked it. And going back to, like, the fact that, you know, people obviously just did not understand this whole drama and what this whole drama was really about. It was just the fact that, you know, sometimes even if you know somebody is not good for you, you kind of have to just go with it. Like, you have to see where this is going to take you. And I feel like that's the reason why Na-Bi ended up with Jae-eun. You know, and I can even say this, I can personally relate to this because I've done the same thing. So, yeah, and, you know, if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out, and it is what it is. At least you can say that, hey, you gave this person a try, and it just didn't get anywhere. So, that's literally what it is. So, I feel like this is what this whole entire drama was about. So, That's literally what it is. I, of course, did not talk about the secondary characters because honestly, there was a lot of issues and stuff like that. But um, where my criticism lies, because I talked about everybody else's criticisms, but where my criticism for this drama lies is just the fact that um, there was one actor in here who got pretty much he got his screen time cut because of the fact that he cheated on his girlfriend, and so his girlfriend had basically reported him, and so there was a whole big huge outrage about it, and so they basically cut his screen time, which made me simultaneously lose interest with him and Bitnaw's relationship because I was just like, it's just not fun no more. You know, like how can you flesh out a whole like relationship between two people when you're literally cutting out their screen time? Like that makes no sense. And I don't feel like other actors or actresses should have to deal with that. So I just felt like that was dumb. So that was my one criticism. I just felt like they should just left it alone because at the end of the day, that's his personal life. So I don't feel like they should have, punished him for whatever goes on within his personal life. So yeah, and then my second criticism is just the fact that like I just hated all the secondary characters because they were just so like poorly written. Like I did not like Soul and Ji-won's relationship because I just felt like them two just never knew what they personally wanted. Like I don't know what it was, but they just kept on going back and forth. One minute Soul's upset with Ji-won, next minute Ji-won is upset with Soul. Like it was just annoying. I said if y'all like each other, just say y'all like each other and get on with it. So that was my thing. But in conclusions, I really like this drama. Would I rewatch it? No, I will not rewatch it because this is something that like in the next 5 to 10 years, you really can't really go back and be like, oh, like let's just go back and watch some very exciting moments or whatever. Like this is a very serious drama. Like there's really barely anything exciting that happens in this drama. Like it's very frustrating, and you get very anxious while watching this because you're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen, and that's it. So but I would give this, if I had to rate this drama, I would probably rate this drama like maybe an 8 out of 10. Solid 8 out of 10. It was good, but it was, like I said, it was no masterpiece. So anyway, if you like this drama, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please do subscribe and please hit the bell notification for more uploads from me. Bye.